Hey, it's Teresa Ornelas at the Paradox Parlor in Manteca. 5-minute timer is set with sand, and we're going to explore how to measure what you're launching for your new business idea, product, event, or service. I don't care what you have to offer. You have something to offer, and you're stuck inside your own head with how to explain your offering so that other people understand it and stop thinking that you're crazy and start understanding your idea and actually wanting it or wanting to share it, right? You want to actually be able to feed yourself based off of the idea that you have in your head because you know it's good, but you don't know how to make that lump of raw clay in your head, that idea, a beautiful reality. So if you watched video 1 and watched video 2, you are ready for video 3. And if you haven't watched video 1 or 2, you better go back because what we're going to talk about today won't make any sense. Well, this was video 2. We're on video 3. Okay, so again, these are PDFs that I made, and if you want them, you're going to have to get a hold of me because they're part of the upcoming launch, and I don't even know yet how I'm going to make them available to you. I don't know if they're going to be free plus shipping, where I'll send it to your door, or if it's going to be part of a bigger coaching program. Is the coaching program going to be free, or is it going to be a charge? I don't know. Or do I? I don't know. You have to wait and see. But I want to help you with your idea, more importantly. So, video 3, we already have established in videos 1 and 2 how we obtain the information from other people to help us figure out what our idea should go towards. We figured out also in videos 2, I believe, more about how to figure out our colors, how to start sculpting the identity, how to make marketing feel more fluid and make more sense. We're already being able to document and scale. Pardon me. So I got my apron on. It's a I mean business apron because we're getting down to the dirty work now of launching your idea. Now, this is literally the apron. I made this apron. I sewed it myself. Yes, I sew. Can you see my sewing machines in the back and things? So I sew, and this is the paint. You see the paint on the walls? This is what I wore when I was painting when I built this shop. I laid the floor. I did this with the help of my mom, my dad, some friends of his. But I mean, I literally, when the painting, when we were done, we all helped paint. When that was done, my dad and I did the mirrors and the boards. We had someone professionally hang the mirrors, but we had to do the hanging of the board on the back. So I know about hard work in business. So having an idea come out of here and be here, to literally be wearing the hard work. My dad said, I'll buy you the floor, but you have to lay it. So I laid this floor that I'm standing on. It took me about 2 weeks by myself laying it. Then I had to figure out I got a business now. I'm going to run it. How am I going to structure it? It's my second business, but it's still like giving birth. I have 3 kids. This is like a 4th. Okay? It's work. So put in the hard work. Get your messy apron on. Pull up your big girl panties. Let's go. Get your boots on. Get your tape measure out because we're going to measure your business so that you understand if it's doing well or not so well. So you and your customers, your potential customers, have an understanding of what they're getting into before they even come near you and your product, which is going to help you identify happier customers and hopefully keep disgruntled customers away, because right up front, everybody's going to know everybody and what they have to offer and if it's good or not, or like their thing or not their thing. Okay, so we're going to work that out right here. I know not everybody is OCD and likes studying. However, there's a lot of really good free resources on the internet to make this part easier. Going to dictionary.com, where they have a thesaurus, so you can get synonyms and antonyms and meanings of words. Key, so key in doing all of these exercises and building your business. Because I don't know about you, but not a lot of people were really good in school when it came to writing paragraphs and stories and essays. Either they didn't like it or they didn't understand it. But your business is heavily dependent on your ability to create a story that satisfies a customer. okay? So you're gonna have to figure out, oh, I'm a story writer? Yeah, you kind of are. You have to figure out what's your product doing in that person's world. Their world versus your world. Now, you think your product is great. You have an awesome view of it. Someone else might not understand your product and how it relates to why they should need it right now. Because key phrase is, yeah, I'll think about it, maybe later. It's too expensive. It's not really my thing, you know? Yeah, I don't know. These are all nice ways of saying no. But what if you had a way to understand where someone's pain point was and actually how your product could help? But you don't speak the same language of where that person is right now. Because you're over here and they're over here. And you don't remember what it was like over there. So you have to remember. So what's the opposite of what your product is? What is the opposite of what your product creates and brings to that person? What is the opposite? Well, that's why you need dictionary.com, thesaurus.com. I don't get paid from them. I'm just telling you, when you're trying to think of better words instead of saying the same thing over and over in all of your marketing copy, and when you explain your product or service to people, you need different words that are more colorful and detailed and rich and vivid to bring someone into that experience world that you're creating with your product, service, or your event, right? So you can't always also be so wonderful, my everything is so wonderful with my product, and when you use it, it's so wonderful. People are gonna be like, you're crazy. So where is the negative that your product is connected to? And how can it be put in such a way that it's actually a positive that you brought up a negative? For example, I'm going to use some of the words I've got off of my own. One of my sites is going to be, I'm just going to use the word, it's informative. It's an informative site. That's my key number 1 word of 5 keywords. It strives to be informative. On this particular site, when I look at all the opposite words of my 5 keywords and my number 1 keyword, of all the opposite words, I can look from those words and say, oh, okay, I remembered it well, what it did feel like to be feeling useless, or having found information that I looked for a long time for to find out that it was useless information and I wasted all my time. Okay, so if your product, like mine, says it strives to be informative, then I have to make sure that whatever information I'm bringing forward, make sure to be definitely avoiding useless results. So how am I going to be informative to avoid useless? The information is organized. The information will be researched. I want to make sure that I also tell people that this is not useless information. It has valid points that can be put into action right away and help you improve your results with, and then state specific, area that we aim to achieve results improved in. Okay, did you see how I did all this? It was kind of fast. I know I'm kind of like in mania mode and I speak a little quick, so you might have to rewind and replay the last 30 seconds because it will make sense. It will make sense. You just need to think about what I'm actually telling you to do. Go to dictionary.com, thesaurus.com, look up synonyms and antonyms, and it'll become clearer. Hopefully it will, and if it doesn't, you need some coaching, and I want to be there for you. So, get a hold of me, send me a note at mygoals@theparadoxparlor.com, and parlor is spelled with a U, L-O-U-R.com. Next, I feel my groove. I feel really good. Clearly, I went past the 5-minute sand timer. I don't even know when that went out, but let's see what the clock said. Ooh, about 4 minutes and 23 seconds ago, it was out. So if we're done, I explained the basic function of finding the opposite of what your product aims to solve so that you can figure out what that pain point is for your customer and better speak on their ability to understand what your product is based on where they're coming from. Because their reality and your reality aren't the same. And so you have to understand their reality, where they're at, and then use that wording that you discover in your reality. So it's like learning a different language. Okay, so you're gonna go through that, and you're going to then get me some comments in the area below about what you're stumped on, or if you had any like big bang revolutionary ideas. You're like, oh my god, you said something in video 1 or video 2 or in this video 3 and it just made it click with my head and I get it. Please explain that to me, because I'd love to hear how the content I'm putting out for you is helpful to you. And I'm pretty sure that the next time you see me, the video is going to be different. It might not even be on business. It might be a sewing video, because I sew. But I'm also doing a lot of business lunching, so it could be business. It could be a dance fitness video. I know you see all this peculiar stuff in the background. And the hairstyling chairs too. There's a lot that happens here at the Paradox Parlor in Manteca. So stay tuned, okay? I'm Teresa Ornelas, and if you're on your way ever to Yosemite, look me up. Bye!